There's a fun surprise that's coming out next week. This year, you'll be able to see your hammer wrapped. Your hammer's been keeping track of all of your swings and hits this year, and I'm actually going to be live reacting to mine right now so you can see what to expect. Alright, we've got total whacks for the year. Well, it says that I love hammer time, and I had 418 whacks this year. I think that's pretty good. I've had a couple of projects I've been working on, so that hammer's been getting some good use. Okay, we've got total nails driven. 16. That can't be right. It's definitely more than that. And we're talking standard drywall. Okay, come on now. Like, how can a hammer tell the nails apart? And what they're going into? That's nonsense. Let's see if the rest of them are any better. How many whacks that would have taken a more competent family member if you just asked them? Let's just skip to the next one. Just next one. How many times you nearly dropped it? Skip again. What? Why are they tracking this? Next one. Next. All right. No more. No more. We're done. Get that off the screen. That's our top story for this edition. Now, here's what else is going on next week that you need to know about. There's major drama in the birdwatching community next week after some hefty new allegations are surfacing against prominent birder Julianne Chesterfield. After establishing herself as a consistent top 5 birder in the global rankings for the better part of the last decade, we've now seen a substantial drop in Julianne's performance over the past few months, and she's notably been logging nothing but beginner-level, pathetic birds. This has been well documented in various online birdwatching communities, and many people have taken to social media to call her washed, and even put her on fraud watch. However, we have some new details on the situation that may hint at something even more sinister. Rumblings of an ongoing contract dispute with her binocular sponsor are coming to light, and some insiders have pointed out that a dip in the rankings could allow her to exit that contract. Could it be that Julianne is actually just refusing to look at the advanced birds and intentionally tanking? You probably know that 13 of something is called a baker's dozen. This practice of including an extra actually doesn't stem from generosity, but from the medieval era as a measure to avoid the strict punishments of coming up short. Well, starting next week, this can now go in the other direction too. If you're someone who's mean to service workers, they can now legally decide to give you 11 as your dozen, which is now known as the baker's doesn't. We have a new boyfriend update to report from next week. Our sources are reporting that there's a high likelihood that one of the load-bearing cards in his wallet will actually come in handy next week, guaranteeing that he will continue to keep way too many things in there forever. A guy's wallet consists of 2 categories of cards. The first category is the 2 or 3 cards that he will actually use, and the second category is the inexplicably large number of other miscellaneous cards that he thinks he's going to use. As time goes on, the constant stretching of the wallet's material as a result of holding all of these extra cards causes the card slots to lose their elasticity. The useless cards then become vital to the structure of the wallet itself, since removing them would cause just a couple of useful cards to fall right out of the now loosened slots. However, it looks like next week, one of his ancient, faded gift cards will finally see the light of day and be used after being untouched for perhaps years, 5 or 6 cards deep in one of the pockets, unfortunately, justifying this behavior. Dog breeders have finally done it. After decades of breakthroughs in removing every trait that once allowed dogs to exist as a real animal, they finally created their crowning achievement. A poodle mix whose brain runs on pure RNG. This dog does literally whatever. There's no rhyme or reason for any of its behavior, no social bond it forms that isn't purely accidental, and it prances around without a care in the world or a clue about what it's gonna do next. And we just eat that up. This dog is the best. It's almost a very exciting time in the NFL season that not many people actually know about. Starting next week, any of the general managers will have the option to hit their secret panic button, which generates a brand new cartoon character of a third string quarterback to send out there for the rest of their games. He'll come with a fun backstory, like how he broke the D2 record for passing yards, like 6 years ago or something, but he's not actually a real guy. Just a nice distraction for fans with no hope.